Oh, excuse me, I'll be with you in a moment. I'm just wrapping a gift for a friend. There we are, and... oh, no! Look at that. How many times has that happened to you? You cut out a piece of paper to wrap a parcel and you find out that it's not quite big enough. There's a gap there. It'd be much easier if we were all much better at wrapping and unwrapping things in our minds, folding and unfolding things in our minds before we actually did it. What do you like at folding and unfolding in your mind? Let's test you out. Here's a picture. Have a look at this. There's a picture on the left, and I want you to study it carefully, fix it in your mind, and say to yourself, what would that form if we folded that piece of paper or cardboard up into a solid shape? Would it form A, B, C, or D? Think about it. Well, it couldn't be A. That's a cube, and that's the wrong shape altogether, isn't it? B doesn't look long enough. D has sloping sides, so that's out. It must be C. Were you correct with that one? Well, actually, it's fun to try these little puzzles, but the next one is going to be a little bit harder because besides being a certain shape to begin with, some of the sides, some of the surfaces will have shading and others won't. You ready for it? Have a look at this one. Once again, it's a pattern. It could be a piece of cardboard or a piece of paper. Study it carefully. Now start folding it together in your head. What sort of shape will you end up with? Certainly, you'll end up with a box-like shape, something like a matchbox, but will it be A, B, C, or D? Look at them carefully. Can't be A, can it? Because the large surfaces in the original shape both have shading, and A doesn't. So you toss out B for the same reason. What about C? One of the long, narrow sides has shading on it. The original didn't, so out goes C. That leaves you with just one, D, and that was the answer. I wonder if you're correct with that one. Those were actually fairly easy folding problems, but I'm going to give you a really difficult one now, and no clues either. Have a look at this piece of cardboard. There it is. Study it carefully. It's a sort of a cross, isn't it, with little bumps on it and some lines. If you folded that up into a solid object, a three-dimensional shape, what would you get? What kind of shape would you get? Think about it. What shape did you decide you'd get? Actually, I turned it around that way at the end to give you a slight clue. What did you say you'd get? Well, if you have a look at this, fold those little tabs around this way, and then fold this piece under, and then the top bit over like that, and then with those other lines, if you make them zigzag around a little bit, so that one goes down, the next one goes up, the next one goes down, you'll find that you can actually join all the bits and pieces together to form a three-dimensional shape. And I've done that with another one and used some little pieces of sticky tape, and of course it forms a little car. I wonder if you're correct. If you are, give yourself a pat on the back, because you did it without any clues. Well, with almost no clues.